Hey, we just want to take a little time and talk about some distinctives of 1040 Connections. There are a lot of organizations out there, but what makes one organization different than another? We're not really talking about core values as much as unique distinctives.
Yes. And so we thought this would be fun just to kind of give you kind of an inside look of the way our ethos is, what we do to make the organization work. And that's really what we're going to start with. So the first thing we would say is a distinctive. Of course, a lot of organizations do these things as well. But one thing we really focus on is we collaborate. And what we mean by that is we drink a lot of tea and we eat a lot of rice.
Take our time, take it slow.
We do. We build relationships. We're very relational as an organization, and we share life and we build long-term relationships with our Indigenous partners.
So the job is too big for any one group to do. Task is too big. We need to work together to make it happen.
Yeah, and we have a lot of fun with these relationships. A lot of our friendships and relationships have been going on for over a decade, or in some for 2 decades.
So that's one thing, collaboration. Next thing is a distinctive is sustainability. We push for sustainability. You know, we like to jumpstart some things and get things started. We like that. But maintaining it from the outside with funds coming from the outside is not a good model. It can cripple the movements, can cripple the local believers there. So we don't do that.
So what we do is we try to make each project sustainable in a different way. And so because we do ministries with different believers we partner with different Indigenous organizations, we think through ways that they might be able to sustain their ministry once we get it launched. So for example, the maternity home, one of the ways we help fund women that are having babies is there's tomato plants and there's chickens and different things like that. So we're trying to always generate funds from within the nation as well as bringing in resources from outside.
So third distinctive is we try to listen. We try to ask questions, because wise people ask good questions. So we try to be humble and teachable, asking questions. And, humility really allows God to open up the right doors in the right time. That's what we hope.
Yeah, I think we've really seen that God has built trust because there's this relationship of listening to other people.
We don't think we have all the answers, so we ask questions.
We actually don't. So another distinctive we have is we really believe in countering the culture. And what we mean by this is we believe that we as God's people, we need to live outstanding lives.
Stand out.
Yes, we need to stand out. We need to have God's truth, and it should be providing a prophetic foundation to bless people and to challenge the world standards. So any religious bloc that we're working in, or even in the United States, we're always trying to understand the ideology that's behind the nation and the religious understanding so that we can understand what's happening in this realm that's pushing down on the natural world. So we really do try to live counterculturally wherever we are.
Now this is one of my favorite distinctives. 1040 Connections, we believe women are God's secret weapons. You know that? God has secret weapons. God intended the man and the woman to work shoulder to shoulder, side by side. That's how he created us from the beginning. So we encourage women to join men in using their God-given gifts for leadership, teaching, preaching, whatever it is, for the purpose of expanding and extending God's kingdom.
And we think that this is a key to completing the Great Commission because there's so much work to be done. We love raising our daughters and sons this way. We tell our daughters, you're a weapon in God's hands. God's going to use you in such amazing ways. And to our son, we're like, you're going to be an example of a man who knows how to be humble and to serve with the women side by side and shoulder to shoulder. The last one that we want to share is that we mobilize. We so much believe that every person is called to salvation and that they become part of God's vital work in completing his mission. We don't think that there's just certain people that are supposed to care for the nations and the rest of people are supposed to just care for those that are around them. We actually think that all of us, every single one of us who've been called to salvation, we're called to care and to share the good news with both those that are near us and those that are far away. If we don't do that as the church, there's no way we'll be able to reach the least reached people groups.
So we need to get the whole church mobilized to complete God's entire mission. We say we're blessed to be a blessing, we're saved to save others. Beautiful phrases that we can look at there. But this is what God wants the church to be. So he wants the church to be mobilized and active, and that's what we hope to do also.
Yes. So you have a part to play, and if you want to join hands with us at 1040 Connections, we welcome you because the 1040 family, God is using the 1040 family. He's shining his face upon the organization, and we are so grateful for that. And I know that people who are coming to Christ and are multiplying God in their own context, once they're equipped on how to do that, I know they're thankful to you as well. Join us.
God bless.